It's Wednesday. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Women's Leadership Forum Live. I'm your host, Colette Coakley. I am the Vice President of Human Resources for Maryland Public Television. I'm also the founder of the Women's Leadership Forum, and we are coming off of a successful event for which I'm already inviting you to next year's event. Can you believe that? We have started planning already. Some people say it's early, but you know what? It's never too early to plan for you all because we want to make sure that you have everything that we had to offer and more. We want to get it right for you. So we start very early. I want to talk to you all about something today that has been on my heart this week because, we constantly are bombarded by the media, and the news isn't always great. And what I want to offer you is to keep your heads up, because trouble only lasts for a moment, and there's joy on the other side. And so I know that it's hard if you watch the news every day and you see what's happening and you want to know why, your children want to know why, and you want to know what is the solution or when is it going to end and is it going to happen to me? And those of us who have children want to know, are our children safe? Well, I just want to say, be encouraged, be encouraged. And maybe sometimes you need to just turn the TV off because it's not always healthy to be bombarded by what's out there today. Everything that's out there isn't always good for us. And whether it's scrolling in on social media, or whether it's looking at your television or reading, if some people still are getting the newspaper, but reading the newspaper, right? Sometimes you just need to put those mediums away and just enjoy one another. Just enjoy one another. Now, you'll find out my guest is just coming off of a fabulous, Dominican vacation, and I was so jealous, right? Yeah, she enjoyed her family away, and I can't wait because, as we have been getting vaccinated, the travel industry has been opening up, and I am trying to venture out there and dip my toes in some beautiful waters like my guest here today. But I wanted to take the time to say to you, you know, lives matter, Black lives matter, Asian lives matter, brown lives matter, all lives matter. But sometimes, um, you know, the house is burning in one backyard more than the other. And we end up paying attention to that house more than the other. And there's no shame in that. All I want to say is that we need to stop the hate and start learning to love one another. No matter whose house is burning, that we have to learn how to love one another. And we all have differences, and it's in those differences that we learn how to excel better, faster, farther, and for the companies out there, even learn how to make money better. And so, with that, I am just proud to say that, the Women's Leadership Forum is a diverse group. It is a diverse group. We welcome women from all walks of life. We welcome women no matter what their color and no matter what their circumstances are. Because what we are here for is to elevate each other from where we are to that next rung, to the next rung. And what we do is bring guests on board and information to you that allows you to make decisions about your family, about your community, and about you and your careers and how to do better. And so we give you choices. And so with that, I'm very proud. I'm very proud of what we're about to embark on. We are bringing to you choices in our programming. As you know, we come to you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we are bringing you a different point of view and a different thing. On Mondays, we bring you something that's motivational, whether we mean physical motivation and moving, or whether we need motivation of our minds and thought. And on Wednesdays, we bring workforce development. And today is hump day and it's Wednesday. And we're bringing you some workforce development, employment, and business topics. And on Friday, we bring family and friends and sort of a free for all day where we talk about things like self care and we talk about communication and what's on our hearts. So I want to continue to bring that information to you so that you can be a more informed citizen, that you can make better decisions about your businesses, family, and workplace and things of that nature. So, without further ado, we talked a little bit about diversity. I said a couple words about business. And so we're bringing them both together with our next guest. Our next guest is, and I'm going to say it slowly, Virginia Dinzey-Taveras.
Yay!
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. I take a bow. I practice. Okay. I get a little bit, I get at least a B on that. I will work towards rolling it off my tongue. But
You
I'm
did
proud.
great.
Thank you very much. And I'm proud to say that Virginia has joined us in our quest to reach out to the Hispanic community. We want to reach out to the Hispanic community because just like the Black community, there are some things that we have in common and we have differences, right? Because no two people are alike, even if they're the same color. But we want to know their challenges, and we all want to know how can we help one another. And so as an expert, which I'm about to tell you in a minute, as an expert, I wanted to bring Virginia on to talk about how Hispanic communities and businesses in particular can do better in their business. So let me just tell you a little bit about Virginia. She's a bilingual business consultant, helping janitorial and service-based businesses improve operational efficiency and maximizing profitable. I can't say that. Profitability. I better say that because let me say it again. Improve operational efficiency and maximize profitability. She's also a facilitator. Now, I usually let my guests tell more about themselves because that's one way of them sharing and you getting to know them better. So with that, I welcome Virginia to the Women's Leadership Forum platform. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Caleb, for having me here today. I am really happy and honored to be here and collaborating with the Women Leadership Forum and bringing some information we know. We might have English, Spanish, Spanglish, bilingual information, bring it in and share with everybody here on every second Wednesday of the month. So thank you so much for that opportunity.
And I like the way that she plugged her show because where we're moving is I'm going to sit back at some point in time and I'm going to let my co-hosts take over because they're experts in their field. But while we're going on this next 3-month journey, you're going to hear me interview Virginia, and you understand that she will appear live on every second Wednesday of the month, giving you nuggets that you could use to help with your business. Now, tell us a little bit about who you are. I gave them just a sentence about your background. You tell us a little bit more about who you are.
Well, I am an immigrant from the Dominican Republic. I came to the United States to learn English like 17 years ago, and I'm still here. So that's mean I'm still learning because it's a
Yeah,
process.
okay.
You never stop learning.
You never stop learning.
Never stop learning. And after working for 15 years in small businesses and with the small businesses, I learned so much, and I understood like all the needs that we go through and how and why SBA, the Small Business Administration, normally say like only 1% of the small businesses, pass over the 5 years lifespan, because we are creating businesses with passion, but not with processes, not understanding our numbers, not knowing what goes into the business, but just doing things like randomly. So we don't take the time to sit down, analyze the business, and create like a map to get us where we really wanted to go. And that's
So
how.
that's how you help in your consulting business. And when someone visits you, or when they call you up and they say, help, I need somebody. I've fallen and I can't get up. I need some help in my business. What are some of the things that you tell them on the initial, like in the initial intake? What are some of the things that you ask them, I should say?
I wanted to know, where do they want it to be 3-5 years from now. And from that point, we start analyzing and assessing where you are and how can you get there. So we discover what is not working well, what's working something, and how can we improve those. And that's how we start. So we know like, okay, I wanted to grow 20%, 25%, or I wanted to be selling this amount of money. So we start learning and getting to know their business, like their employees. Are you working with the right employees? Are you assigning your employees to the right area? Like, so if I like to do something, are you assigning me because I have that knowledge to do that work, or you are assigning me to another area where I'm not productive enough? So we do all that type of information. We look into your business, into your clients. Are you really working with your ideal clients? Are your clients being profitable, or are just like, oh my gosh, here's Virginia calling. I don't want to talk to Virginia. Like that's draining you because you don't want to talk to these people. And at the end, it's just like a waste of time. It was a waste of energy and waste of money. So we help you understand all those things when we do the assessment for your business.
Now, you said something interesting before we came on the air, and this actually, what you're saying is not unique to Hispanic businesses only, but it can be applied to, regardless of what color you are, right?
Yes.
So one of the things you were saying was interesting to me was about pricing.
Yes.
That sometimes we just put any price on there.
Any price.
Right?
We don't analyze like how much is costing me, like the numbers behind those prices. Like my price, like I am a product, I am the services. So I have to know my worth. Like my years of expertise, my years of studies, my years of failing or learning in a bad way, it's what you get when I said, this is the amount of time. Like say, I work a lot with janitorial companies, cleaning companies, and I'm in a lot of, and I see like, how much should I charge for this? Like, okay, it doesn't work like that. You need to understand that there is overhead, and your overheads and my overheads are not the same. You need to understand you have to have insurance. Yeah, the rate for insurances vary, like from the states, from the amount of years you've been working. And there is a lot of, so you need to know your business number. Business numbers, and every numbers has story behind it. So learn how, what story is bringing you and how can you improve from that point.
So, okay. You say that you said that you have expertise in the janitorial consulting area. And a young lady is currently working for a company. She's working for a company in the janitorial service. And she decides, I think I'm going to strike out on my own. I'm just going, I can do this if, because this is what happens. They're like, I'm tired of getting paid by this person and being commanded by this person. I want to work for myself. I just want to, and I can have my own business because I can set my pace. I can set my hours. So what advice do you give to that person who says, I think I'm going to start a business?
That's very, very common. A lot of janitorial employees, supervisors, manager, they say, I know how to do the job. I can have my own company. You can most definitely have your own company, but when you want to have your own company, start your company the right way. It's not just doing the work, the technical part of the work that you need to do, like either mopping the floor, trashing, cleaning the bathroom, all those things that goes into there. There is a lot of things going in there. It's like you need to start working. Like, don't just leave your job because you're not going to make it at the beginning, Start doing things little by little, because when you start doing like, oh, people are charging this amount of money, you don't have any idea what goes in that. So, and you just start going and you want to beat that price. If I said it's $100, so, oh, I'm going to do it myself, I'm going to charge $75. You might be losing money. You need to register your company with the state. You need to get your tax ID. You need to go and open a bank account. You don't want to commingle your business expenses with your personal expenses. So there is like a list of things that you wanted to do when you start your business, that they are basically the foundation to get you to the point that you see yourself. Like, oh, you can be a multi-million business. In this industry, I have worked with millions, $20 million, $50 million. You can't get there, but you need to prepare for that. Nobody start building a house with on a steady foundation. And that's the most important part of the business.
So and the other thing is, do you have any clients? You might be great at cleaning, right? If it's a janitorial service, yes. Or if you make cakes, okay, you might be great at making cakes, but is anybody really like buying your cakes, or did you just do them for a bunch of parties? And so I think sometimes, and this is my 2 cents, and really this is from me watching Shark Tank, which somehow I always end up talking about Shark Tank. But is it a hobby or is it a business?
If you're not getting paid, it's a hobby.
Okay. And are you a good entrepreneur, or are you better at working for someone?
Yeah.
Because everybody, if everybody was great at being an entrepreneur, we'd have more entrepreneurs and more small businesses that were successful. Everyone is not made to be an entrepreneur, right?
Yeah, it's like Michael Gerber, the author of the book, The E-Myth. He described like entrepreneur, we wear different hats, but normally we are in 3 stages. We are the technicians, the manager, and the entrepreneur, who is the visionary, who is dreaming all the time. I wanted to build this, I'm gonna do this amount of money, I'm gonna buy this, but they never sit down and put things in place. but the manager is the one who takes care of the business and running the business and making sure it's in compliance. And that's the same person doing all the stuff. But then we also have the technicians, who is the one doing the jobs that need to get done. So when you are an entrepreneur, you start wearing all those hats and you will start setting processes so you can start delegating and you know what's need to be done. And then you move on into that ladder from the technician to the manager and just keep dreaming and keep creating what you want and having other people helping you. And you can have people either as employees and you can outsource some services. So just know your strength. Are you good at this? So you focus on that. Don't try to do the little things or other things that you are not great at it, because it's going to take you more time and you're going to be losing the opportunity of creating more revenue for your business.
Okay. So what I was trying to do here was make sure that I got your book in the chat, the E-Myth, you said.
Yes.
Okay, by Michael Gerber.
That is correct.
Okay, I want to make sure I get that in here for those who are replaying. Okay. Okay. So let's talk about resources. What are some of the resources that people can rely on to help them keep their businesses top notch, or if they wanted to get started?
SBA, the Small Business Administration, has a lot of good resources. SCORE has mentorship programs that you can go there and get some advice. They have great advisors there. There is another program that the SBA launched very recently that is called, I think it's Ascent. I'm not quite sure of the name, and it's targeted to women's. It helps you to create like that business that you dream of, and resources are available. People need to be very conscious where they're getting their information. Because, in this era where the internet is there is a lot of people telling you, I can help you sell $60,000 a month. You just have to. I wish that was like the magic wand, like you can do this. I did it. I was broke. I was this, I was that. Now I'm billing like $60,000, and then, the little tiny letter says like, it will depends in the time and effort that you put in.
Right.
It's not a magic one.
Right. And also, you need to be careful what you're seeing, like on social media. Like people are either photoshopping or showing their best, which they should show their best, but you have to be careful not to be starry-eyed about that, because it might not be true.
Exactly.
It might not be true.
I love Gary Vee. I don't know if you follow him, because he tells the people what's the reality. It's like everybody starts with 0 followers. Don't focus on the followers. Focus on the things that you love, the things that you wanted to get. The follower will come, because if you start doing the things to get followers, to engage people, you will never be happy. You're going to be struggling, because you're going to be focused in the amount of people liking your posts or following you, and then you're going to get frustrated. Just enjoy. For me, everything in life is enjoying the journey. Even if I want to drive from here to California, I'm going to ride that, and I'm not going to wait until I get to California to enjoy, to be happy, I'm going to ride all the way, and I'm going to enjoy the sights. And if I can stop in another state, in another city, and I can enjoy that moment, I will, because maybe when I get to California, that's what we hear. I'm just going to see that Hollywood sign, and I'm going to say, this is it?
Right.
And I'm going to be like, I drove like 3 days to get here for that.
Yeah.
That worthy? No.
So I hear you say enjoy the journey, enjoy the journey. Like if it, I like what I do. I like what I do personally. And that makes it um easier to get up every morning, to face what I need to face, to do better, to research for it, to talk about it with enthusiasm, right? But
Yes.
if you are not enjoying that journey, it feels like medicine every day. It's like the bad tasting medicine.
Yes.
But
Exactly.
right? it feels very cumbersome to get up, wake up. It's like, oh my God, I gotta do this. I gotta go here. I gotta face this day. And you want to be able to be at your best, your
Absolutely.
ultimate goal is what you said, is like enjoying the ride that you're taking, because you only have one life to live, right?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, and that's the most important thing. At the end, this is what we take with us. We always gonna find someone like I can't recall who says, "Don't never compare yourself to someone's middle." You always gonna be ahead of someone, and you always gonna be behind someone. So understand where you are, and if you wanted to be moving forward.
All right. Ding, ding, ding. The operative word. Yes. If you want to move forward.
If you want to move forward, just design that. Don't move forward by it will happen because I feel it. I'm going to manifest it, and I'm going to sit down here waiting for things to happen. Work on the things that you wanted to achieve. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to find a lot of problems and issues in that journey. But when you understand where you wanted to go, you're going to be
Mhm.
able to cross that path easily. I mean, you might get frustrated at one point, but next day, next hour, you're going to check that off and you keep moving.
Yep. Okay. So, Virginia, you have dropped a bunch of nuggets. And what I'm hoping is when this broadcast is over, that you will go back and put in your references, because you said a couple things, a couple books, right? That I wasn't able to type fast enough. But if you could put in your references in the chat when this is over with, that would be great. Not in this current chat, but in the rebroadcast, if you
Okay.
will, in the comments.
Sure.
What I wanted you to do is just please tell, if anybody wanted to find you, where do they find you?
Well, they can find me in Instagram as Virginia Dinzey-Taveras. Like I'm thinking, like that's not right.
Like, okay, I'm not the only one having trouble here. Okay.
Yes, and Facebook as well. And the company is Adaptive C and Adaptive Com.
Okay, so if you want to find out more about Virginia, or if you wanted further consultation, which she offers, you can find her now. She's also on LinkedIn, so I saw they can look you up on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. You have the name here. You can search for her and find her. I also have seen some of her videos where she's given marvelous tips to business owners, and some people who are not business owners. She's giving tips to on how to progress and move forward in life. I want to thank you, Virginia. The time, as I told you, would fly by. We
I
have so much more to
know.
talk about. Because guess what? I want to talk about the Dominican Republic the next time
My
that
goodness.
yeah. See how she popped up, people? She wants to talk about Dominican Republic too. So I want to talk about that the next time that she appears. And we are promising you to bring you more and more diverse talk and more information that you can use in your family, with your families and your communities, or for just plain for yourself to get you moving ahead and moving where, Virginia?
Forward.
Forward.
Moving
We're gonna move you
forward.
forward. We want to fold up 2020 and sometimes part of 2021 that already got started. We want to fold that up and put that as an experience, right? You're not going to throw it out. We're just going to use it as an experience, and we're going to springboard ourselves forward into the rest of 21, into 22. And when I come back on Friday, no, next week. I'm promising you next week. I want to talk to you about a lineup that we have of things that the Women's Leadership Forum has to offer, because we moved forward in the things that we want to offer all the way until the next event, the next large event, which takes place March of 2022. But we have mastermind classes, and we have a Juneteenth event that will be coming up. And we want to make sure that you get invited and that you're able to attend. So with that, I want to thank you, Virginia, for being an awesome guest here today and giving us great information. If you did not catch us live, please catch us on the replay and look for more of us, because we're going to come back to you this Friday. And this Friday, who do I have? Hold on. I'm going to show you. This Friday, we have Dina Bilbrew of DB Professional Concepts. And I promise you, she drops so many gems in Instagram that I can't keep up with her. Every night I see something going on. And so you want to check her out and see if you relate to her and if she relates to you, that you may want to stick with us on Friday night and listen to what she has to offer you in terms of information that you can use. And until then, guess what? We will see you on Friday and next week and the week following. We want you to follow us. Hey, I didn't even put up, this information was so good. You can find us, look, on my fancy scrolling scroll ticker here. Yeah, I was looking for the word ticker. It's the ticker. You can find us on forward, WLF.org, or you can find us through our hashtag forward WLF. Stay with me, stick with me. If you want to see more of Virginia, come back on the second Tuesday in the month of May. We promise we're going to talk about the Dominican Republic and more, because we have more to talk about in terms of business and what we could do to move forward. And until then, continue to mask up, be safe, stay socially distanced, and we want to see you again. And with that, we're going to wave everybody off, Virginia. Let's see, I can do it. Yep. Yep. I'll get it right one day. I hope to see you all soon. Have a good evening and be good. All right.
Thank you.